When you started playing in Volbeat, did you find your own sound, your own drum style immediately, or was it?
No, I wouldn't say that. It was more like when I heard Michael play. Normally he would have an idea, try to do this or try to do something like that. But again, it was just like, for me, it's just like more or less keeping the beat, so to speak, and not overdo anything, and actually try to play along to what he sings and his guitar.
What do you mean by what he sings?
Yeah, sometimes, because in the song Pool of Booze, for instance, he has a little line which goes something like the pool of booze, and I actually do a drum fill that fits that type of vocal, I think.
So actually you play off what he sings and
yeah, sometimes yes.
Okay. There's also sometimes people say that normally you have drums and bass that actually fit together, but the magic of the Stones has to be in Charlie Watts and Keith Richards.
It is actually, in the Stones, it's actually Keith Richards and Charlie, who's kind of like the engine in the back. Daryl Jones, who's the bass player, has been that for years, actually had to follow those two, which in a lot of bands there's always be bass and drums connected together. But for the Stones, it's like it's Charlie and it's Keith Richards, and it's actually the same for us. I follow Michael and he follow me. Yeah.
What does it do then to the sound? Can you explain? Have you listened? What for example, if you had a rhythm section that actually that a normal rhythm section, drum and bass, what would Volbeat sound different?
I don't know.
I think you really have to really some sort of energetic style. Maybe that's because of the...
Well, it's because Michael and I feed off each other when we play, and I guess that's maybe what's part of the sound is actually that. But it's always been the two of us actually from day one, and he and I started it. So it's for us it's natural that we have to gel together, and then Rob and Anders just have to join us.
But do you still write the songs this way?
Yeah, in a way we do. I mean, Michael writes 99.9% of everything. And sometimes when we meet up in the rehearsal room, he would sometimes have a complete song ready where he can say, oh, you know, remember this song, try to play something like that. Or sometimes he actually doesn't have anything at all. And then we just jam, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we got something. And then we record it on his phone, believe it or not, and then he takes it home, and then he starts working on it from there. So it's a bit like that.
When you started out, now you're playing the Ziggo Dome, the best venue in the world, of course. No,
oh yeah, of course it is.
Of course. No, what sort of plans did you have? What sort of dreams did you have when you started out? And now I think Volbeat is getting bigger and bigger. I
mean, the dream that you probably always have is, wouldn't it be great if we could make a living out of this? Yeah. But there was no point ever where we sat down and said, oh, we have to be so big that we could play the Ziggo Dome or wherever, or the O2 Arena in Berlin or something like that. We never sat down and thought about that, because when we started, this first, I say, 10 songs that we had, and we started playing a few shows here and there, people would always go, oh, this is kind of neat, but what is it? And we were like, we don't know. Music? Yeah, but it's heavy, but it's not heavy. It's punk, but it's not punk. What do you call it? Music? Maybe. So. And I remember when Michael was shopping our first demo for the record companies, a lot of them reported back and said, oh yeah, we kind of like it, but we don't know what to do with it. We don't know what this is.
But so did you know when you recorded those first 10 songs, did you know that there was something more different?
No, absolutely not, because for us it was actually just natural. If we wanted to do more like a metal type of song, we would do that. And if we would do like punkish Offspring, Green Day type of song, we would do that. And for us, it just made sense. You know, why should we limit ourselves to just play, let's say, a death metal genre or something like that. It just made sense for us to mix everything together, and it seems like, hi Rob, that nobody apparently has never done that before. I mean, when I think was it when our first album came out, there was a review who said, "Oh, this is what Metallica should have done during the Load era," and we were like, "Okay, really?"
What do you think when they said it?
I was like, "This has to be a joke. You're talking about the biggest metal band of all time." I mean, but you know, it was nice that somebody said, "Oh, this is what Metallica should have done when they did the Load Reload thing." But apart from that, I never gave it too much thought. I never imagined that we could, you know, all of a sudden, like we are here today, doing this major tour with a huge production and God knows how many trucks and buses and stuff like that. I never thought about that. I mean, for me, it was just fun to play again because I haven't played in a couple of years at that point. So for me, it was just fun. And then, oh, we can do a gig here. Oh, great, let's do that. And all of a sudden, this thing evolved to what it is, but I've never in a million years dreamed about that.
And apart from the scale, does it influence you, the scale? I mean, how big it has become? Or is it for you still the same?
I would like to think that it's still the same. It probably isn't, but I would like to think that it is. But I still feel that we are the same four persons that we were 10 years ago. Yeah. We are probably not, we're 10 years older, but I like to think that it's still the same. It's just gotten bigger.
On the last album, Rob is producing and also playing.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but also wrote certain things also on the album? Or not?
I think he added maybe a few bits and pieces. I'm not really sure. I think he came up with a few bits and pieces for the. I know definitely that he had some ideas, and some of them definitely were used, but I'm not sure if all of them were used though.
But what did he bring? Did he bring to you?
He brought, apart from a very special personality. Now, I think what Rob has added to the band is actually, and then especially when we play live, we are more tight. We play tighter now than we used to do, and nothing against, you know, Thomas. Thomas was great for what Thomas is, but when Rob came into the picture, it actually opened up something for Michael, because now he could start writing perhaps a bit more riff-based kind of songs, a bit more like we used to do, or he used to do back in the days, because he knew that Rob was capable of playing it, and Thomas sometimes did actually have difficulties playing some of the stuff. But again, Thomas was great for what he was, and he was with us for 4 years, you know. So,
will Rob actually be? Is he now a member of the band?
Yes, he's a member of the band now.
So he will also be recording new material.
I hope so. You never know, but I hope so.
Well, you said he apart from a special personality, and,
well,
you were smiling. So what?
Well, he is. Let me just put it this way: he is a character. He's definitely a character.
Okay.
He's a lot of fun.
Okay. Last question. Well, we started off with the Beatles and also with Adam Ant. Will there be a Volbeat movie?
That would probably be one of the worst movies of all time. I don't know.
That's just a stupid question, I know, of course.
Well, a Volbeat movie. Ugh, sounds terrible. No, I don't think so.
Okay. New album, new songs. Are you already?
I do believe that Michael is starting to come up with a few bits and pieces. I don't know how much, but I think he's slowly started working again. But as for a new album, definitely not, I would say, until maybe somewhere in 2015.
15.
That's my guess, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, this was good. It's nice.